Before we get into the video, I'd just like to let you know that I'm going to be doing a live Q&A for A-level results day on the night before to answer any questions that you may have. So once again, on Wednesday the 14th of August at 8:30 p.m, make sure to set a reminder because that's when you'll be able to ask me questions about A-level results day. And I know you're going to be awake because you're going to be scared for the day maybe, but definitely be there so that you can at least ask me how the day is supposed to go, and if there's anyone else that's worried and asks a question, maybe they'll answer a question for you that you're afraid to ask. Now that's out of the way, hey guys, it's Mahel here, and today I'm going to be helping you prepare for A-level results day and giving you the tips you need to be prepared for the day, as well as telling you what actually happens on the day itself. It was only this time last year that I opened my own A-level results, and well, if you haven't seen that video, as I did record it live on camera, I got a live reaction, then make sure to click the info card over in this corner and you'll be able to see that video. Chances are that you've already been through a results day, GCSE results day to be precise. However, GCSE results day is actually nothing like A-level results day in the sense that your A-level results will impact you more than your GCSE results would have. After all, A-levels are more important than GCSEs and the requirement to get into your university choice. You're not going to be assessed based on your GCSEs, most likely you're going to be assessed based on your A-levels, as it doesn't matter if you got like 11 A stars at GCSEs, if you don't get the A, B that you need for university, chances are that you won't be accepted. Personally, I'm now a second year management student at the University of Nottingham after having completed first year. And the University of Nottingham is a Russell Group university, which I know many of you watching this video are hoping to get into. But to get into the University of Nottingham, I needed to achieve grades A, B, B, and I did so successfully in business, media studies, and the diploma in financial studies. If I'm honest with you, I wasn't actually too worried about A-level results day myself. I kept myself distracted, and that is my #1 tip. Keep yourself distracted. It doesn't matter how you do it, just keep yourself distracted so that you are not thinking about the day itself, and then when the day comes, that's when you can worry about it. But there's no point in literally stressing over it for 2 weeks before the actual day and literally being peak levels where you can't sleep for 2 weeks straight. So for me, I was playing Ultimate Team literally every day on FIFA until the actual day, and so I was distracted. In fact, if anything, Ultimate Team was annoying me more than my results. But also, I'm sure it's the same for most of you, but it was actually my UCAS result, in the sense that if it said I got into my firm or insurance, that was worrying me more than my actual results. So I wasn't too worried about my results as long as I got into my firm uni choice, which was the University of Nottingham. Now, having given you a bit of background, I'm actually now going to explain what happens on the day itself. The first thing to do, and this you need to do beforehand, but you can do on the actual day, is to check when your school, sixth form or college allows you to go and collect the results, as different institutions will have different times. So for example, legally, the earliest you're allowed to open your results is 6 AM. However, my sixth form didn't let me get them until 9 AM. Bearing that in mind, UCAS Track does not update and does not let you log in to see how you've done until 8 AM. So depending on when you're allowed to collect your results, I would actually say go and check Track before you check your results if your results are after Track. Even if your results are at 7 o'clock and Track is at 8 o'clock, I would try and hold off checking your results until Track opens at 8 o'clock. Honestly, I would say check Track first and then check your results. The reason I say this is because if you check your results first and you miss your AAB and get, for example, BBB, you may go into a spiral of worry for absolutely no reason. After all, let's say your course wanted AAB and then you get BBB, and then you see Track to see that you've been accepted anyways. if you've been holding off track after getting your results because you've been crying and you're just extremely anxious about checking track and you think that you haven't gotten in, you'll have worried for absolutely no reason. However, if you check track first and you do get into your desired university choice, then you won't be worried about your results. You won't be like, oh, but did I get this? Unless you really care about your results. But most people, they just care about getting into their university choice. Besides, if you're applying for a Russell Group University or another top university such as Oxbridge, Bath and whatnot, then chances are that most courses will actually require ABB minimum. So if you do get into one of these courses at one of these universities, most likely you've achieved minimum ABB, and so you're in a good spot anyways. So that is why I advise checking track before you check your results. To check track, you literally just go onto track.ucas.com, sign in with your login details, and then you'll be greeted with a message saying that you've either been accepted to your firm choice, your insurance choice, or that you've been placed into clearing. If you've been accepted into your firm or insurance choice, then good, because that means you most likely don't have to do anything, although sometimes universities may request evidence of your results, but these days they tend to actually get it sent to them electronically, so they don't actually need to ask you for proof. If you've been placed into clearing, however, then it's kind of like every man for himself. You need to go onto university websites and check their clearing list ASAP and see if there is a course that you like and if you meet the requirements, and make a short list on a Word document, get the phone numbers on that short list as well, and literally dial, and if possible, let's say for example one call is taking like 5 minutes and you've been on hold for 5 minutes and really you're not too fussed about them, literally just grab another phone and phone someone else that's more important and more priority, and then if they pick up first, then you can call the less of priority later. But like I say, it literally is every man for himself on A-level results day when it comes to clearing, because everyone is trying to snap up a spot that they couldn't before. However, you shouldn't let the process of clearing actually worry you, because there are a lot of universities, even top universities, that participate in clearing and often have a lot of courses available in clearing at significantly reduced entry requirements. So for example, I was seeing some courses at the University of Nottingham, I think chemistry was one of them actually, going for BBC, when usually it needs like AAA. And that is just like ridiculous considering what they wanted back when it was like October compared to what they want in August. After all, with less people going to university each year, there are more spaces that need to be filled up, and so universities are desperate to actually fill them up, and some of them are so desperate that they'll require much lower grade requirements, meaning usually you're actually in a good spot. If you do achieve the grades that you want, or for example you achieve your insurance grades but you don't want to go there, you can actually force yourself into clearing by requesting that you are released from your university choice. But bear in mind that this can take some time, as universities will be busy with clearing and adjustment and other questions from people who have gotten into university, and therefore I advise, if you are having second thoughts, try to do it before A-level results day so that it saves you so much stress and hassle. After all, whilst some unis can literally do it on the same day, some unis I've read have taken up to a week to release you, and by that time most courses will probably be gone and you'll have to wait till next year to go to university, which is not an ideal situation. So try not to force yourself into clearing, but if you have to, then try to release yourself from your university choice before results day. Another scenario that can happen if you don't meet your requirements is the university can still offer you a place, but it will be on a different course, or it'll have like a different start date, it could be on a different campus. It will just be a slightly adjusted offer. This is totally up to you whether you accept it or decline it, but your university can't do this if you meet your requirements, so don't worry. it can only happen if you don't meet your requirements. So for example, let's say you needed AAB and then you got AAB, your university can't actually turn around and say to you, sorry, we're gonna have to change your course, because you are in a contract and you basically sign one when you agree to firm and ensure your university choices. In regards to UCAS, that is basically it. And now I'm going to move on to what happens when you are collecting your results. Obviously, the whole process sounds quite daunting, but it actually isn't. In fact, you can make it so much easier for yourself if you bring these 5 essentials with you. A fully charged mobile phone, photo ID, a pad of paper, a pen, and last but not least, a portable charger, because if you're basically on Snapchat 24/7 on your fully charged phone and you need it and you're like, oh, I have no charge, then well, you've got backup. Once you have these, all you have to do is head over to your sixth form or college or school and go over to where the results are being handed out. For me, this was in the assembly hall, so be sure to check with others beforehand, as it will save you hassle, because if you're running late, for example, and then you're trying to run around your school trying to find where results are being handed out, it will just stress you out even more. So try and be prepared beforehand, as it just takes a little bit of effort before, but it'll save you so much stress and hassle. And then once you're in, all you have to do is go over to the relevant area. For me, it was split by forms. So I went over to where 13B was. I showed them my ID. Photo ID is good and accepted, because then it stops other people from collecting your results. And if you want someone else to collect your results, then let the school know beforehand. And then once they're satisfied, they will just give you an envelope which is opaque, so you can't see through it, and it will just have your name on it and maybe your candidate number, and inside there will be your results. And from there, you have no obligation to stay at your school, sixth form or college, and you can leave and open your results around whoever you want and wherever you want. One thing that I will note is that it's best not to ask people around you as you're collecting your results what they got in their results. The reason I say this is because at the time, you don't know how they did. And if they didn't do as well as they wanted to, and you're like, oh, yo, mate, how'd you do? It may trigger a emotional response, and simply you might be told to F off. So this is why I would actually advise that you wait until they post it on social media, Facebook being a popular place for people to post their results. I don't know why, but it just happens. Or until it's brought up in conversation, because if you don't see it on social media and if you haven't talked to the person, chances are that you don't even need to ask them for their results. And then once you've opened your results, considering you've already checked track, then that is basically all there is to A-level results day. And if you haven't checked track, then you would just need to do the steps that I mentioned previously. But that will be it for A-level results day, and therefore that concludes this video. I really do wish you all the best on A-level results day. Like I said, it was a year ago for me now, so I know exactly how you're feeling and how the satisfaction will feel for you when you do well. Fingers crossed. And well, I hope you do get the grades that you need to get into your university choice, or even if you're not going to university, just the grades that you want to get. If you have any questions, then make sure to check the link below for my live Q&A, which once again will be going live on Wednesday, the 14th of August at 8:30 p.m. So make sure to click that link in the description below and click something called set reminder. Also, if you're not subscribed already, then make sure to subscribe below and turn post notifications on so that you don't miss a single video, and so that you don't miss live streams such as the one that I'm going to be doing. Also, if you are a follower of mine on Instagram, then I do tend to respond to your DMs, whether it be a short conversation or just a burning question that you may have that you don't want to ask publicly. So this is a service that I know other YouTubers will charge money for. Literally, even if you had only one question, a YouTuber may charge you for their time, but I will give it for free to my followers on Instagram if they ask on Instagram, Twitter if they're following me on Twitter and they ask there, and so on. As long as you are following me and you stay following me and you just continue to support me. The one thing I cannot stand, however, is someone who literally follows me, asks me a question and then unfollows, because that is just simply ungrateful of you. But as I say, one-to-one, I'm going to help you help me, and if you're helping me by supporting me, then I'm more than happy to support you as well. And all I ask for is a follow you don't need to pay me for me to answer your questions. But yeah, guys and girls, this is going to be it for the video. I hope you did enjoy it, and I hope it has been helpful to you. If you did enjoy it, then make sure to leave a like, comment below, and subscribe, and turn post notifications on. Make sure to follow me on social media. That's at Mahel X on Twitter, at Mahel Khan on Instagram and Snapchat. Be sure to definitely check me out on Snapchat and Instagram, especially as I'll be posting stories there leading up to results day for both A-level and GCSE, and also giving you an insight into university lifestyle, as you'll be a fresher, most of you, so you'll be wanting to see what university's like, and well, I'm going to be posting about it on those two social media platforms. Also check me out on Facebook, that's official Mahel Khan, and let me know in the comments below what other videos you'd like to see. But that is going to be it for the video, guys and girls. I hope it has been helpful, and like I said, if you need any more help, then make sure to just ask me a message if you're following me, or just join in on the live stream on Wednesday the 14th of August at 8:30 p.m. But yeah, this has been it, guys and girls. This has been Mahel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.